Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my beautiful and wonderful, subscribers to be, but whoever you are who has subscribed to myself, thank you, and lots of love to you and bless you, okay, always, okay? And, to anybody else who happens to pass my channel, welcome, okay? And, yes, I look forward to having more passing my channel, because I love to give out information. Do you see what I mean? Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, it is now around 4 p.m. in our old England. My little beautifuls, for anybody who's listening, clearly my very first subscriber. Bless you always. And if it's raining, it's raining. So it is raining. Okay, so there's no change there. Okay, so we're back to the rain again. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, my juice little lights. Thank you, little lights. You're delicious and bright. Oh, they're lovely and bright, aren't they? My little lovelies. Oh, look at this. You see the way that goes? It sort of looks like a snake, doesn't it? My delicious little babies. Seems we've got a lot of snakes in the world, haven't we, my delicious little babies? Okay, not everybody is there for the good, and mankind, my delicious little babies. Now then, so I have today 3 bits of information for you, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? Interesting, actually. I'm 3/4 of the way through this video, okay, my delicious little babies, okay, for anybody who happens to stumble across my channel, okay, because my video that I did yesterday on the 11th of March 2025 took all evening, the rest of the evening to upload, all night to upload. So it was not uploaded on our old YouTube until this morning, my delicious little babies. That's how long it took to upload one video. Okay, never used to be like that, but bit by bit, what's been happening is it's taking longer, to upload videos. I'm pretty sure, for some, uploaders. Okay, I'm sure it's not like that for all uploaders. Just there we are, just some. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, so we'll see how long this takes to upload, my delicious little babies. So this is the first one, and I've got to listen to the last part of it. Okay, so anybody in England, in our old England, my delicious little babies, because they call it the UK. Well, it's not the UK. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, this uploader happens to have 31 points. That doesn't mean no. 31.9 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies. Now, your man there has come up on my feed, and with anybody not in that way, okay? He's came up on my feed, and in the old space bar, in old YouTube, my delicious little babies, if you could please and thank you, type in capital S, small space, capital B, business, then a space, then capital T, so it's 2 words together, toolbox. Okay, my delicious little babies. So in the old space bar in old YouTube, should be typed in please and thank you, should anybody happen to have an interest, small business toolbox. Okay, so that's the uploader, my delicious little babies. Okay, now the video should read, making tax digital. I think it's about 6 days old now, this video, my delicious little babies. It's either 6 or 8 days old now. Okay, so I repeat this once again, making tax digital. Okay, UK self-employment is about to change forever. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, so it's very clear to myself what's going on here. They're once again, they're hitting the self-employed. Do you see what I mean? Okay, you see, this is this is not new. Okay, my delicious little babies, with how they're operating. Okay, but of course, what your man here is doing, okay, the uploader he's actually showing you on because they call it UK Gov website, okay, and they sort of put it very like casually, if you want to sign up, to have your digital tax. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, so that one's, say for example, if they never knew an awful lot about that subject, do you see what I mean? Then they would go, oh yes, just head right along and just sign up for it. Do you see what I mean? Okay. Because they clearly do not know much about it, my little babies. But as your man there said, and rightfully so, as he said, who really in the right minds would want to sign up for digital tax? My delicious little babies, okay? We're hearing an awful lot to do with the digital, my delicious little babies, okay? And they're trying to bring it in everywhere, okay? And for myself, I'm not going to fall for the shot. Please do not get me wrong. They've had digital for a while, haven't they? Part digital because of the plastic, credit cards, debit cards. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. But this is something that we are a lot different, okay, to do with the old digital. I have talked about this on my other channel, which I'm locked out of still at the moment, my little beautifuls, okay? Mia, space, tarot, hyphen, Virgo. On YouTube, my delicious babies, and I've talked rather a lot to do with this, okay? See, if you was to have digital kaching, okay, we would be in a very, very, very serious and awful situation. My delicious little babies, do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. Because it means that, for you to get food, because, it's like who wants to run things now, okay, is that, it's like they would be making all the rules, and this would involve food. It would involve your social credit score. Okay, so this is very serious, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, and of course I've spoken to many. That doesn't mean no. I've spoken to many my delicious little babies, and I've got to be honest with you, it's not as fruitful as what I thought it would be. Okay, I have been trying for months now. I really, really have to get the message across. There is still, I'd say, there we are, a rather large number who, very sadly, for one reason or another, and with a heavy heart I have to say this, are not getting it. Okay. But if they went to, say, a supermarket and they wanted to buy, if they eat meat or fish or dairy, whatever it may be, and, and all of this is digital and you're on a social credit system, okay, and one's deem it that whoever it may be of mankind has eaten too much meat in that week or couple of weeks or something like that now, fish or dairy, simple things, they just will not be able to buy it. They will not be able to purchase it. Okay? So I still try to tell others. There we are, I really do. But it just very sadly seems to go from one ear and out to the other, very sadly, okay? But I will continue to try. I mean, yes, occasionally, we need to use our old plastic. You see what I mean? If you need to get something, of importance, whether it be a food shop or, whatever that may be, okay? So sometimes it is, or if you're flying or something like that, then, you'd be paying with the old plastic, wouldn't you? Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, generally. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. So yes, I get that part, but not when ones are constantly using their dog and bones, when I walk into a shop and then it's like bling. Do you say? For myself, it's up to others what they want to do in their life. It's not my business, is it, my delicious little babies? Okay, but I must be honest, it does frustrate me. I get really frustrated, my delicious little babies, just watching it. And again, it's very sadly, it is a lack of knowledge, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. So this is why I say, if more and more could just find a bit of time at the day or night, to do a bit of research, there we are. I feel it would actually make all the difference, my delicious little babies, okay? To, whoever you are listening, bless you, okay? So this digital tax business, this is not good. Okay, and I haven't watched any other videos of this man. I haven't. Okay, I may watch, one or two others, at some point, to see what other types of videos he talks about. But it's very clear it's in the, it's in his, his uploaders, what small business toolbox. So he clearly talks about, everything to do with small businesses. But can you see what's happening? This is causing lots of problems, for anybody who's self-employed. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, okay. And of course, as we very well know, that tax, the truth be known, is voluntary. It's a tax, there we are, it's voluntary. It is not something that you have to pay, regardless of what they have told everybody. My delicious little babies, do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Okay. So well worth a watch of that. It's nearly 19 minutes long. My delicious little babies, okay, please take no notice. My hair's gone a little bit... because I have naturally wavy hair, but sometimes it goes a little bit fuzzy. My delicious little babies, anyway, not to worry. Right, now then, so the last two, so let's go on to this one here. This video is actually just over 40 minutes long, my delicious little babies, okay? The uploader happens to have 34.7 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? And I do advertise these sometimes, this uploader. This is all in capitals, all together. Please and thank you, should anybody happen to have any form of an interest. X, Andrew, X. It's all in capitals. X, Andrew, X. It's all together, my delicious little babies, okay? And the video should read, whatever happens next, do not consent. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, okay? Because it's X, Andrew, X, all in capitals, space, bar, but then you should have reached your destination. Warning, whatever happens next, do not consent, okay? Now, you see, again, I was listening to it and you see, nobody knows everything, but I happen to already know, there we are, about everything what your man there was talking about. But by this time, because I wrote this down at the beginning, do you see what I'm saying, okay? But I said no. I said, even though I know, I said, I'll still, advertise it. Do you see what I mean, okay? And he just breaks it down. In fact, there are a lot, there we are, of uploaders, okay, who talk about this, okay, and I have been doing, there we are, a long time. And should anybody, want to know more about things, well, it is called The Space Strawman, strawman together, that's the two words together. The Space Strawman on older YouTube, my delicious babies, okay? I seen it, there we are, years ago, okay? But that explains, there we are, a lot of things now, okay? There are some very good videos and ones that I've advertised over these past 3 years, on my other channel, My Delicious Little Babies, okay? So, there's some really good ones, where they explain everything, maritime law, they explain everything, My Delicious Little Babies, do you see what I mean, okay? But for anybody who's not sure about all of this, it would be well worth, please, listening to the straw man, okay? Please and thank you, my little lovelies. Now, finally, the final video that I'm advertising today, this is, oh, bless him, not in that way, not in that way. Jim space Crenshaw, with a C, not a K. Jim space Crenshaw, then space bar, BitChute, and then you should have reached your destination, okay? Now, he's now up to 81.6 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? The video should read, female, wait for this now, my delicious little babies, this is just over 3 minutes long, on a old BitChute, okay, with Jim Crenshaw. He's the uploader, bless. I repeat again, female embalmer in Houston cuts off dead man's genitals, and then guess what's next? Okay, my delicious little babies, like I said, this is just over 3 minutes long. I'm just going to repeat this again for you, shall I? Female embalmer in Houston cuts off, this is in America, my delicious little babies, cuts off dead man's genitals, and then guess what's next? Okay, so just to put you in the picture, and now I'm going to close my book, and then we're going to go backwards. Must always, there we are, remember to go backwards. Okay, my delicious little babies, so they're all ticked off, you're all ticked off, thank you. So what this is basically about, okay, is that this woman who happens to be an embalmer for in a funeral home in America, well, she happened to find out, that doesn't mean she know, she happened to find out the history, only according to this video I heard. I mean, if it's real, it's real. If it's not, it's not. I mean, I would not be surprised if it's real. Not surprised at all, okay? And I'm pretty sure, if we looked around the world, there's got to have been somebody else somewhere, there we are, who's done something rather similar, okay? But maybe we just haven't heard about it. Do you see what I'm saying, okay? Because that's what, the thoughts were in my noddle, do you say? But basically what happened was she's found out about, let's just say, what this man seemed to get up to in his living years, my delicious little babies, and it turns out he was a paedophile, okay? So once she found that out, only apparently, from what I heard on this shorty video, she decided to cut his bits off and put them in his mouth. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? Now, apparently, only according to what I'd heard on the video, okay, like I said, it could be real, it could not, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is real, okay? There was another assistant there who's seen what had taken place, and she was told that she never saw anything. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, what's the point to what I'm saying? Well, I mean, when you embalm somebody anyway, you only have a certain amount of time, for the solution. So I'm not here to depress anybody, my delicious little babies. I would never ever do that, okay? I'm just explaining. You only have a short amount of time to, once the solution goes into one's body when they've passed away, to mould, to make the man or woman look like how they used to look in their living years, okay? Now, ones will say that, that embalming is, to help preserve the body, and everything like that. Now, then, I personally, this is just myself personally. I'm a woman with a view. I shall have my effing view. And I personally certainly would never, in decades to come, wish to be embalmed, my delicious little babies. Okay, that's just my personal choice. I'd rather not have somebody, and pumping a solution into me and taking a solution that's in my body out of my body. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay, that's just my choice. Okay, but it seems to, have been like this for years, to do with the funeral trade, because that's what it is. They're companies, aren't they? Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? And of course, many years ago, I used to do some funeral arranging. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. And it's a very delicate role to have, and you must have compassion. Ones must have compassion, and I would say, be extremely, there we are, sincere in a job role such as a funeral arranging or pallbearing or anything like that, now then, connected to the funeral business, okay? But clearly this woman now, well, it's not clear to yourselves, my little beautifuls, okay? Well, she has been sacked from her job, okay? And I think that there's something going on, I don't know, with a court case or something, okay? Well, it sounds to myself she's clearly got very upset to hear what this man did in his living years, my delicious little babies. Do you follow me? Me, myself, personally, if it was a case, say, with myself, if I was working in the funeral business, I would rather just say I do not wish to go, anywhere near whoever it may be. That I do not even want to look at them. Now, some would say, well, that can be cruel. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Okay? I'd rather just not do that, okay? So maybe what your woman there should have done is maybe said that she is unable to do the embalming. There we are. That would have been the better way to deal with it. Do you see? Okay? Of course, what the man has done is disgusting and putrid. But I'm pretty sure that doing something like that now then was surely, there we are, going to bring problems, wasn't it, my delicious little babies? Do you see what I'm saying, okay? So that's all the videos for today, my delicious little babies, but I just thought I'd mention it. But like I said, I'm pretty sure she's not the first. Something's telling me, there we are, that she's not the first. It's just that nobody would say anything about it, you see. And even when there was interviewing this man, to do with the funeral businesses, yes, he said that, because, well, basically what he's saying, okay, this is just my words, okay, but this is basically what he's saying, is that it brings a bad name for funeral homes. I mean, I do get what he's talking about, okay? I mean, we've heard many things over the decades to do with, put it this way, I know there are a few stories, what ones have told me, okay, in my years, my delicious little babies, in my decades. Okay, so they're never what you call, for some, not for all. Okay, you've got some beautiful funeral, especially the independent. For you know what I mean, they're wonderful to the families to who they have the dear loved ones who have very sadly passed away. Who they've brought into their care. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, you've got some really beautiful funeral homes, okay? But of course, along with that, you've got good and bad in everything. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. So, for some, put it this way, they're not as squeaky clean. Do you see what I mean? Okay, except for the only thing is now that nobody hears about it. Do you see? Okay, that's the only difference. So I would say that we are that there would be other things that have gone on in some funeral homes there we are around the world, my delicious babies, that everybody's just got to sip it. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? And that's all I want to say. I mean, if we take a look at what happened with the old COVID, do you see, my delicious little babies, and COVID, where we seen what happened there, didn't we? You had the likes of John O'Looney, who you can actually look up. You type in Google, DuckDuckGo, 3 words into one. It's just an alternative search engine, or maybe just use a search engine of your choice. My little beautifuls, should you have an interest. And then just type in John Space O'Looney, funeral director, because he has his own funeral directors in Milton Keynes in our old England, babies. And of course, he spoke up. But he spoke to plenty of other funeral homes who very sadly did not want to, let's just say, stick their neck out. That's just an old-fashioned saying, my delicious little babies, but they just did not want to stick their neck out. Do you see what I mean? So, dear John O'Looney, okay, he did speak out, and he actually, there we are, had his life threatened. You see what I mean? Okay, for speaking out. But other funeral homes wouldn't say anything. But, you did have the odd ones, and even in, was it in America as well? You see, you did have the odd. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, but according to my knowledge, it's only been John O'Looney in our old England, my delicious little babies, unless I've forgotten about something. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. But I would say that he was, there we are, an extremely brave man to do that, okay? But for many, they just will not even go there. Do you see what I mean, okay? Very sad. There we are, very sad. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. And that's really how I just like to end my video, my little beautifuls that you all are, okay? So should anybody, like I said, happen to pass my channel, please, should you have an interest, please take a look at these videos, But, and like I said, the Strawman on YouTube, if ones want to know, there we are, more about this, okay? But I'd need to look back on all my books, because I have actually advertised some really banging, uploaders where they've been having, doing a video with somebody else, and yes. And it's been brilliant to listen to. Do you see what I mean? And they break everything down. Do you see what I mean? So that it's fully understandable. Do you see? Okay. Because if we look in the world, we've been lied to. Each and every one of us have been lied to. Do you see? Okay. But of course, the good news is that ones, there we are waking up. You've got a large number now, there we are, who are starting, there we are, to look into things. Do you see? And, because they're questioning now, so this can only continue, can't it, my delicious babies, okay? Because once you're working up, you're certainly just not going to go back to sleep. That's the old-fashioned saying. Do you see what I mean? Okay, once you're awake, you're awake. And for some, it's, it's very shocking. And for some, to learn about what's been going on, there we are, in the world. Oh, and very lastly, what I want to say, yes, we heard all about this X, I call it Twitter. And, yeah, where it went down. I mean, imagine the, all of the uploaders, you know what I mean? Especially these larger ones and everything, because I suppose it's very addictive, isn't it? I have heard that actually, that with Twitter, that it's very addictive. Do you see what I mean? Okay. And I've even heard other uploaders, you know, because mind you, I've heard so many flipping uploaders, my delicious little babies, you know, you look at as many videos as I do. And I'm sure that, you know, others look at even more than I do. Do you see what I mean? But the point is that, well, I'm pretty sure, there we are, they would have been going off their heads. Do you see what I mean? Okay. I mean, because what is it? I mean, you still have to pay, don't you, or something? I don't know. But they would have been going off their heads. But what my question is, my delicious little babies, is while that was going on, there we are. What else was taking place? There we are. What else was taking place? That's simple things, just a question, isn't it? Do you see what I mean? Because these are the kind of things that happen. But so saying that, there was a lot of talk years ago, there we are, to do with cyber attacks, my delicious little babies, and to do with aliens and to do with other things now. So it seems that, you know, different things, I don't know, bit by bit have been rolled out, played out. My delicious little babies, do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. So yeah, and I'll just leave it like that. And what was that other thing to do with it? To do with EU? To do with I forgot a flipping name now. And what's it she says? Nature does not like vacuum. See, there's different angles to look at this. Straight away, what came into my noddle, and plus she was wearing orange, you know, with a bit of the old black and white, you know, around her neck. Okay, and the orange jacket. What crossed my noddle is, you know, certain ones with their nature do not like vacuums. In other words, they do not like, because it's like if you see crumbs on the floor. This is the best way that I'm explaining it. So I'm just looking at it, there we are, from a different angle. I'm pretty sure there's many different angles to look at this, but I'm looking at it, there we are, from my angle, okay? That it's like crumbs, isn't it? So yeah, there's crumbs on the floor. So what do? You vacuum them up. That's what you do. You hoover them up. Okay, so then, you know, the crumbs are not there anymore, are they? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so what's the point? You know, you like things tidy. So the last thing you really want is like one sort of, there we are, getting in the way of that tardiness. Do you know what I mean? And that is, there we are, how I see it. My delicious little babies, okay? So I read it in a different way, if you know what I mean, okay? But of course, like I just said, others can have the, you know, a different view, you know, because the way that these talk, you know, they have a certain way that they all talk to one another. Do you see what I mean? To do with that flipping EU. Do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? But that's just the way that I see it. Do you see what I'm saying, okay? Yeah. You know, certain ones with a certain nature do not like, you know, things getting in the way, because, you know, because the fact is, there we are, as much as they try and speed things up, you know, it's just making more and more aware, isn't there? We are making more and more aware. Do you say? Okay. But she sounds, with her voice, like our lovely, not in that way, our lovely Rawny, Dr. Rawny Lucan Killed. You know, you can find her videos on YouTube, my delicious babies, and I will continue to mention that dear lady. But that woman there her voice sounded similar to Dr. Rawny's, okay? But Dr. Rawny was nothing like that woman there at all. My delicious little babies, she's nothing like her at all. Do you see? Okay. Anyway, my delicious little babies, yeah, you'd love her listening to Dr. Rawny Lucan Killed. There we are. Very, very interesting lady to listen to. Very interesting, yes. Okay. So until my next video, thank you to my beautiful first little subscriber. Oh, bless you and so much love, whoever you are, okay? And thank you to anybody should you happen to pass my channel, okay? And I hope that you found the information today very interesting, you know, and very informative, should you wish to, you know, go and pop on YouTube and pop on BitChute, take a look at the videos, okay? But yeah, anybody who's self-employed in our old England, yeah, you really need to be on, there we are, on the ball with this, okay, with what they're doing and what they're, you know, wanting to do with the old digital. Okay, with the tax, okay, my delicious little babies. So until my next video, sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings, and may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families all be fully protected, okay? whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening. Please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, okay? And please continue to good vibrations, okay? Thank you so very much for listening. Goodbye.